This is my very first cease and desist.
Not apologetic.
Nonsense.
I came across something very important to me.
Oh, yeah?
My very first cease and desist letter.
Well, that's special.
It is a very special time in a young man's life. Now, for me,
You never forget your first either.
Yeah, I never do. They never forget me. Now, mine happened to be from a giant corporation called the McKinley Company. They own the brand Tabasco. So this was around 2018 or so. I was putting together a CD called Tabasco. So we're doing the cover, and what we did was a modified Tabasco bottle with the travesty logo on it, and it was called Tabasco. In that box, I actually came across the proofs from the CD Duplication Company. We'll probably have to throw a graphic up. I doubt this is going to come across very well, but we have the Tabasco bottle modified, and they actually did a great job. We actually 3D rendered an actual Tabasco bottle. We send it to duplication. We get 1,000 CDs done. We didn't get flagged during the duplication, which happens during the Bad Choices record I put from Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, whatever it is. I put like a Joker scene in there, and then the duplication company was like, we're not touching this unless you cut it out. So I had to go in, re-record a new intro, send that to them, da-da-da. So we did an accompanying music video for this. I think you were involved in it, called Tabasco.
Yep.
So during all the promo online, all these different websites, everything we were doing to try to like jam up some excitement for this, I dropped the music video. And I'm sitting in the back studio with a couple of people, and I don't even think it was an hour after I dropped it. My phone rings, and it says something attorney, and I'm like, oh, what? I don't know why I even answered it. So I answered it, and I put it on speaker because I was going to fuck with the guy. He says, I am a trademark attorney with the Tabasco Company, and you need to take down the video. You need to take down all of your social media posts. You need to take down their pre-orders for the CDs through iTunes, whatever. You need to take all of that down right now. You will face legal action. What's funny is when he picked up, he goes, I'm looking for, we'll have to bleep this. I'm looking for Travis. Is this him? And I said, nope. He goes, I've done my due diligence. I know this is his number. And I'm like, well, this is his brother. And he didn't buy it. He's like, oh, okay, well, you tell your brother that, you know. So right when I get off the phone, we all start cheering because it wasn't but a couple years before that Jelly Roll had gotten a cease and desist from the Whiskey, Weed, and Waffle House. Yep. They were able to get like that featured on like one of the late night shows and this and that. And we're all like, yeah, fucking, you know, good to go. So a couple days later, I wind up getting a letter in the mail, and I found that actual letter. This is my very first cease and desist. So let's blast them a little bit. It is from Smith, Gambrell, and Russell. Now this is from J. Rogers Lunsford III. I did a bunch of reading on the guy. He's one of the top trademark protection attorneys in the nation. Like, he's not to be messed with. So you can see right here, he has one of my emails I was currently using, and then also the email I used like 5 years prior. Like, they were on it, right? So I'll go through just a little bit. He's like, we are an intellectual property counsel to McKinley Company, producers of the famous Tabasco pepper sauce. A copy of the labeling for a CD that we have included pictures of it uses the copyrighted content that we currently own. I left a telephone message earlier this afternoon regarding your misuse of the Tabasco marks in connection with the release, promotion, and distribution of your EP album and your song and video entitled Tabasco. He says that they will work cognizantly to protect their First Amendment rights. Although your use of the Tabasco label and Tabasco bottle marks in the promotion and distribution of your songs may have some artistic relevance. Seemed like a bit of slide there. But you are misleading as the origin sponsorship that we are somehow working with you. It suggests an affiliation, connection, or association that you do not have. That's in capital letters. I do not have that. Furthermore, such misuse will diminish the distinctiveness and tarnish the reputation of the famous Tabasco marks. And
I think pretty much what they is like, We don't want to fucking know you.
No.
We don't want anything to do with you.
Here's where it gets interesting. We must demand that you immediately cease and thereafter desist from any use of the Tabasco marks. Immediately remove all of your uses of the Tabasco word mark, bottle mark, and Tabasco label mark from the internet. Your website, travesty.net, all your social media websites, all third parties such as SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Amazon. Here's what I like it. Destroy all albums and CDs containing your song Tabasco, all marketing promotions, any t-shirts, flyers, agree to desist. Now he goes in, he says, we must request that you immediately deactivate your website and all social medias. Deactivate, not take stuff down.
Fucking erase it.
Now he says, to dissolve this matter, we must receive your written confirmation that you have complied by, this was like a week later date. If we do not, we will file suit. We will seek recovery for all available damages, which could include your profits. What profits? And any damages sustained by the McKellen Company. So it goes on, but here's what's funny. They included copies of my CD covers and such, but they weren't mine. This says Hot Cajun and Zydeco music from Tabasco. That wasn't me. And then they have several more things that aren't me. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if any... Dropped your phone. I'm not sure if any of the stuff in here is actually mine. And then
none of those were.
None of those were. And then it included their actual, their copies of their trademarks for what they actually own. So what winded up happening is I never wrote them a letter. As far as destroying the records, well, I have them right here. So I still have the majority of them. See, it's dusty.
But they're not for sale.
Well, depends on who wants them. But yeah, it was just a Tabasco bottle. They came across it. What we winded up agreeing on was that I could keep the name of the record, but I needed to take the bottle off. So what we did was we winded up calling the record Cease and Desist, and we put a Cease and Desist logo over the bottle, but where you could still see what was going on. We did not change the music video's name. I did remove the Tabasco bottles within the video, took it down, changed it, put it back up. He got mad about that, okay? I called an attorney of my own, and was like, what can and can I do? What can and can't they sue me for? And he's like, well, that bottle, you're dead to rights. Like, they got you on that. You got to get rid of the bottle that you've modified. I said, well, can I use an original Tabasco bottle? And he's like, yeah, but you're really poking the bear, and this guy will get you. So he's like, take the bottle down. Nothing can stop you from using the word Tabasco in the music video. Nothing can stop you from using it as a name. So I called the dude up and I told him that, the attorney. I'm like, well, I'll comply as far as removing anything that's involving that bottle. But I'm not gonna, he wanted me to change all the lyrics. I'm Tabasco, too hot to handle, all that. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I will take the bottle down. And then he kept telling me, well, we're going to send you another cease and desist in, and then we'll start the legal process. I said, at this point, I'm in my studio. I'm recording everything. I didn't think to pull that. I probably still have it somewhere. I'd have to go on an old hard drive. But if I have it, I'll include it. But, and I said, well, is it illegal? Flat out, is it illegal for me to call something Tabasco or say the word Tabasco? And he batted around, and I'm like, I just, sir, I need a yes or no answer. And he's like, no, it's not illegal, but it's frowned upon. And I'm like, gotcha. I said, all right, well, I'm going to keep doing that, all right? So here's what they winded up doing. They winded up taking my social media. They filed complaints through Facebook at the time to, flag posts from, 6 months ago and stuff, saying, I'm recording this album called Tabasco, So this went on for about 4 or 5 months after this, where they would find old stuff, an old SoundCloud link, or this is where he got really mad. I had taken down the pre-orders for a day or two so I could change out the album cover. Third-party websites like Amazon UK and stuff like that, they don't care. They don't follow. I don't even get money from that. They just keep it all. They're just pretty well pirated stuff. So they kept all that up, the originals. You know what I mean? So he kept coming after me. You need to take this down. I'm like, dude, I've already done what I can. You need to talk to those people because they're doing it without my consent, which he didn't believe. So this guy pretty much became my pen pal, whether it be through these types of letters or endless phone calls. And see, I winded up calling, this name would have been bigger about this time, but the Joker. Because he was like the highest up rapper I knew. And I'm like, man, what do I do here? Should I call media outlets? Should I just email everyone and hope someone takes the story? He gave me some advice that to this day I wish I didn't take, but I did. He said, I'm familiar with this guy. This guy's going to fuck you over. And if you do blow up, he is someone you are going to have to cross one way or the other. He's like, you don't fuck with this guy. Just take it as a loss. Move forward. So that's kind of what I did. I kind of wish I would have. I don't know if anyone would have picked it up, but I would have blew up every local, regional, and national until, nowadays it would definitely be a story because it seems people are getting paid by the fucking letter to write articles anymore. If you ever read a news article, it'll start off like, you won't believe what this celebrity did. And then the first 6 paragraphs are like their history. Yeah. And then the actual thing they did is like a 1-sentence bleep hidden between paragraph 8 and 9. So it would have been a lot easier nowadays. But yeah, I decided, we had Joker on the album and he was working with me. I think I mixed this record and I think he mastered it. Or he might have mixed it and I mastered it. It's been so long ago, I don't exactly remember. But he had his hands on the album. And at that point, I took his word as being what I should do. But yeah, I came across my very first cease and desist. It was not the last one. However, it is the most memorable one. And I found boxes of these original Tabasco ones. Because like I said, we had to change it, then get all new CDs again, which was the cease and desist record, But I believe, I don't remember if the song name was Tabasco, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, track 1, yeah. Tabasco. Yeah, so we left that, got dust bunnies on it. We left that, but yeah, he was ghost chasing and continuously sending me threats and also finding other things, such as in this pamphlet where they belong to other people. Like there was like the Tabasco Jamboree or something like that. It was a band and he's like, I know you're involved with these people. I'm like, bro, you got to let up. But yeah, in the end, they threatened it.
I love the Tabasco Jamboree.
He went and looked up all my assets. He looked up everything I owned. And he's like, you want to lose your home? Huh? You like living in your home, buddy? Like he was like an abusive husband, And so eventually, I just quit. I just quit accepting the guy's calls. But yeah, I mean, that's something that I do think about often. And nowadays I would have handled it differently. I would have went directly on this show, blasted him, then ran YouTube ads that promoted it to the fans of the Tabaco Company. You know what I mean? It's kind of like we do with them little dorky MXR Plays fans. Them freaking dorks. They just don't stop. I get 50 comments a day still. That's because when I put them MXR Plays videos out, I ran YouTube ads promoting it to fans of MXR Plays. I completely poked the bear. Now they're trying to poke back, but I'll treat them little cocksuckers the same way I did this attorney, and that is pay them no mind. Good night.
Non-apologetic
Nonsense.